Hey y'all, it's Monday, so you know it's Mike and Lakaija Mondays.
What's happening, everybody?
So today, me and Michael wanted to talk about partnership and how do you do that in a long distance relationship. So, we wanted to first talk about what does partnership mean to us. So, babe, what does partnership mean to you?
In my opinion, partnership means a lot of people. I don't know why I seem to say this all the time, but a lot of people make it. Man, I'm not old fashioned, so with the women's rights and women are independent, all that good stuff now. Okay, so that's what it is. It is what it is, which I agree with it. A partnership is 50-50. I think both the male and female in a relationship, have to agree um, on whatever topic comes up or whatever decision comes up. It's important to come to a compromise instead of a dictatorship. I like to see my partner side of view because it may change my point of view. It may change my vision or outlook of something. So I don't want no partner that's closed-minded and just is a yes person.
Okay. So for me, I would say partnership means basically always having discussions about things. Never just because he's the male, we're gonna do it his way, or because I'm the female, it should be like happy girlfriend, happy with everybody. Like, no, I don't believe any of that. I believe that everything should always be discussed, and we should always find a way to kind of compromise and come to positive conclusions. And if not, then figure out ways to problem solve effectively instead of not being able to problem solve at all. Um, I feel like partnership also means like anticipating and knowing your partner well enough to know what works and what doesn't work for them, and getting to know them enough to know, like, okay, I might ask this, but if they say no, be willing to accept no or yes, or be willing to accept whatever answer comes, And yeah, I would say yeah. Mhm.
Because some cases, it may not be able to have a compromise. It may just be, this or that. And what would you do in that situation if it's this or that?
I'm trying to think of how we ever had that.
I don't have, but I'm pretty sure it'll come up.
Yeah.
Other couples out there have had that.
Yeah. If it came up though, I think my mind would instantly go to, okay, well, if we can't decide, let's write down the pros and cons and just figure out which way should be taken. Because obviously, if it's something that we're debating on and it needs to be a definite yes or no answer, then something needs to be worked on. Now, if it's something that's not life or death or something that doesn't have to be figured out, then we can just both agree to disagree. But if it's something that needs to be like, this needs a concrete answer, we cannot say, oh, maybe, then I would say pros and cons, and that would be my way of problem solving that situation.
I think my idea would probably be, if you brought up the topic, then I'm gonna go with yours, even if I didn't agree with it. If we couldn't come to a compromise, I'm gonna go with your idea, and we'll just see how the outcome turns.
Okay, I feel what you're saying, but it's kind of like how you said the whole yes, just because I came up with the idea. I mean, I feel like, as long as you gave me your point of view, and if I still felt like, okay, it should be my way, I don't know, I still would, if you felt strongly about it, I would still go with the, let's write this out, let's figure out which way works better, let's see if we can make it work both of our ways. That would be, in my idea, our partnership and how we would come to a conclusion together.
Right, but what if it's this or
this or that? then yeah, I don't know. I would, yeah, that's still my answer then. Writing it
They
down,
can't be.
writing it down, and pros and cons in it. And which, if the pro con is better for whichever person that was, then that's what we're going with. If the con is better, then we go, or you know what I mean.
So what if I have more pros than your cons on mine?
Then I'm gonna be like, okay, well I guess we'll just do it your way then. If your pros was better than my pros. I'm not a back and forth type person. I don't like to argue no shit like that. So at the end of the day, I probably just be like, man, I don't give a fuck it, like whatever shit, But if it's something like, I don't know, I can't think of anything really serious right now that me and you wouldn't be able to agree on because we're so much alike in so many ways. So like, I don't know, maybe in the future, if we buy a house, do you want a double sink or a single sink? I'm gonna always pick a double sink. I hate single sinks. How do you feel about double and sinks?
I'm gonna say I don't care because I ain't washing dishes. I'm
Shut
just fucking with you.
the fuck up. I know you is irritating.
I would like a double sink. I would like a double sink.
See, boom. So yeah, I don't know. I think our discrepancies might come more when we have kids. I'm like, okay, let's do this because me and you have this topic all the time. As a kid, I was always allowed to watch whatever movie I wanted to watch. It wasn't really no restrictions on the things that I could watch. Because at the end of the day, if I watched something like, I loved the movie Baby Boy when I was like in second grade. And my mama was the type of mama, if she let me watch something that was not for kids, she always took the time to explain to me what was going on, so it wasn't like I was watching something and not understanding it, or like gonna be in the future following bad examples or something, right? Mike, on the other hand, feels like there's certain movies kids shouldn't watch at a certain age. Like he wouldn't let his daughter watch Baby Boy at the age of 8 or whatever the case may be. So in that situation, when we have kids in the future, if I still was like, Mike, I don't give a shit what these kids watch. Like, if it's something I see, like, I'm always make them close their eyes if somebody having sex on the TV or something, or snoring up some shit or something. I'm like, close your eyes. But, at the end of the day, I'm going to still explain to them what might have been happening if I don't want to, like, be like, oh, we finna watch an adult movie, go in the room. Like, I don't know, I don't believe in sheltering kids so much. But he thinks that we should. So how will we handle that?
I wouldn't call it sheltering. I would just call it let them be, a kid as long as they can, and in that sense, not trying new things or trying to grow up or trying to do stuff that they see on TV.
I get you. I really get you.
Every kid ain't gonna be like, hey, this is on TV. Or I know better than doing that.
Right.
There may be a kid that's a wild child, and maybe they'll be like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna try that.
But that's why you raise your kids to not be followers, and you have conversations with them how my mom did with me. I saw a lot of stuff on TV I shouldn't have saw, but I didn't grow up being like, yeah, I saw this on a movie once, I'm finna get into this shit. Like, no, because that's not how my mama put it. That wasn't my mentality as a kid. I was always taught to be a leader and not a follower, and to have integrity. So therefore, despite the fact me watching bad things on TV and in movies, I still, no matter how fun something looked or whatever the case may be, I still was like, okay, I remember my mama talking to me about this. I'm going to be the opposite of what I see. So that's why I feel like when we have children, I can be like, all right, maybe they shouldn't watch this, but I'm going to make sure I'm talking to them and teaching them about integrity and dignity and all this type of other stuff so that they don't be those kids that's like, well, I watched this, but she didn't really explain to me what it was, so I think I'm going to go try it out. Because, no, that's not going to be the point. The point is going to be, I talk to you, make your decision to be better than what you see.
Okay, I'll use this as an example.
Okay.
Everybody grows up to be told, don't touch that stove. Don't touch the burner on that stove. How many kids have touched that stove?
The kids that touched it burnt themselves and they never touched it again. So you learn from your lessons.
Which is my point exactly. You don't know which kid is going to be that rambunctious one. or was that wild side they want, even though you told them not to? Because in my experience, I done seen some moms that were very, very strict on their kids, and they were by the book. But as soon as they got out of that house, hey, it wasn't telling them nothing.
But that's because that child never had, huh?
Even though they knew right from wrong.
Yeah, but that's because that same mom also was too strict, where it made your child want to rebel against them. So you have to learn the balance of how much freedom do I give my child when they're young, so that when they grow up, they don't feel like, oh, my parents were so strict, now I'm gonna be wild, young, wild, and free. Like, nah. I don't know. I feel like when you speak, sometimes you speak in, okay, kids. When I speak of the kids I know, how I plan on to raise our future kids. You know, I don't speak on like, I don't care what other people kids do, because them ain't my damn kids. But I feel like the more people sometimes, they're scared to have real conversations with their kids. And I will never be that type of person, ever, to be afraid like, oh, a kid is too young to have this type of conversation, or oh, I shouldn't talk about this yet. I probably talk to my kids about anything from the age of 2 on, because if you ingrain and you, not, I don't want to say train, because they ain't no animals, but if you constantly talk with your kids on a mature level, then your kid most likely have a mature brain at whatever age, if you are constantly implementing good rules and morals and values on them.
Understood. However, I just believe that, okay, there's probably, I know kids out there, or I know parents out there that are morals and values, I mean, they at 100%, you know, 99.9.
Right.
However, just because they try to install it in their kids, and that's what they go by, it doesn't mean those kids are going to turn out like that.
Oh, I understand.
Those kids are going, I mean, it's at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, it's that kid's choice.
Very true. So then if it's their choice anyways, then what's the point of restricting them if they're going to do what the fuck they want to do? What's the point?
Because it limits them.
Does it really though? Because when they get a bit older, they going to still watch the shit anyways. They going to go to a friend house and watch what we ain't letting them watch. They're going to go on the internet and see stuff that we ain't showing them. So I would rather them have control of, okay, I know you watching this bad movie, but I'm here with you to teach you what's right and wrong in this movie. Not, oh, my mom didn't let me watch Michael Myers, so I'm going to go to my friend's house and watch Michael Myers, even though that's a horrible example because that's just a horror movie. But you know what I'm trying to say, though. If it's not us that's allowing this stuff to happen, somebody else is going to allow it to happen. And then at those moments, those people aren't going to teach our kids what we could have taught our kids from letting them experience it through with us.
I mean, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not going to watch something at the age of 8 that has, you know, sex. And like, doesn't mean that you can't talk to your kid about sex.
Right.
But I'm just not going to let her watch, you know, stuff like that. Because me and my, damn, I said her name. Damn.
I'm
on anyway, I'm not going to let her watch stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, okay, but that's your baby right now. I'm talking about when our babies come, we have this disagreement. So as a partner, how are we going to come to a conclusion of, I don't give a shit, but you really give a shit? How are we going to work through that? Because I don't want to go behind your back and be like, oh, daddy's not home, we're going to watch this movie. I'm not going to ever do that. Because you're still my partner. So I'm going to be like, hey, we finna watch this movie. I'm explaining what's going on. You can be mad or you can not be mad.
Weigh out the pros and cons of the situation.
Yeah.
and lay them all out on the table. And is it going to be an issue in the long run if he or she doesn't watch this movie versus whether if they do watch that movie? Is it going to matter in the end?
Right. And 9 times out of 10, I don't remember movies before the age of 8 anyways. So, I mean, that's true, but regardless, even movies I've watched before and after, it's just like, I don't know, I learned something from them all. And the ones I don't remember anyway, so I guess it's not no point. But I don't know, I just don't feel like it's that big of a deal. But again, when we get to that point, like you said, we can weigh out the pros and cons and see what happens, Captain.
I had to put my boots on you.
Yeah, I wish. But yeah, so stuff like that. Like, we both disagree, but at the end of the day, it's like we disagree, but it's like whatever, we'll figure it out when it gets to that point. But that's kind of something that, like, have important conversations like that with your long distance partner, because at the end of the day, this could be something way more serious. And it's just like, is this a deal breaker? I don't think it's a deal breaker that he doesn't want to let our kids watch Baby Boy at the age of 8. Like, that's cool. Like, I don't think I'm gonna purposely be like, oh, we finna watch all these bad movies. Like, no. But if we chilling and that's like, oh, we scrolling looking for movies, but I see a movie I want to watch, we gonna watch that shit. Like, I ain't finna be like, oh, well, this is mommy's time now. Go do something else. If my baby want to spend time with me and this adult movie on, okay, cool. She asked me or he asked me what's going on. I'm gonna explain it, right from wrong, blah, 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 and we gonna move forward. And I am also the type of person that I don't just like say things. I will pull up pictures on the internet. This is how you see these people doing this drug right here. This is what a crackhead looks like. This is what happens when you do crack. Oh, you see all these people having sex? Well, obviously they're going to be closing their eyes on the sex parts. But this is what happens to your vagina if you get burned a bunch of times. This is what happens when you don't use a condom. Like, I ain't just talking. I'm showing proof. Like, I don't even trying to scare them, but I want them to be aware of the things that happen when that goes on in these movies where people are just portraying like, oh, this is okay, this is just fun. Like, no, it's not just fun. But again, that's why you take the time to truly educate your children on all things, because if we don't educate our children, the world's going to educate them. And I don't want the world educating my kids, because it's usually false information. So yeah. Okay. So, it's been 17 minutes. Okay, I guess we'll end, but obviously this is a deep topic, so we'll just pick up this topic a different day. Most likely Wednesday is going to be game day, and so we'll go from there. But if you guys couldn't tell, we got our shirts made. It says Long Distance Relationships, YouTube subscribe at Long and Strong. So if you know somebody or you just want to help share the knowledge of our page, please let your friends know to please like and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate your feedback, your honesty, and your comments, and your likes. Anything else, babe?
If you disagree with me, you disagree. Comment on there, and I'll try to comment back. Everybody got their own opinion.
Very true. I'm sure y'all don't agree with half the stuff I say, especially when it comes to letting kids watch movies. But again, they're going to be our kids and not y'all kids. This was just a discussion, and I'm going to feel how I feel. So, yeah. I hope y'all have a lovely week, though. I hope your Monday was off to a great start. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Smooches.
See y'all later.
All right. And as always, we want to end with a little prayer. Babe, you want to pray us out? Okay. All right, Jesus, we pray that what the things we have said today can help teach somebody and can help people learn how to communicate with their partners. And we pray that people keep an open mind when watching our channel, and that if they have any questions, comments, or concerns, that they bring them to us, and that we can continue to educate people on long distance relationships. We appreciate you, God. We love you. Thank you for everything. Amen.